Hello and welcome to my F1 24 driver career mode. Here today for part 25 for the British Grand Prix and my home Grand Prix as well. And being as it is my home Grand Prix, of course we're going to keep the tradition up and have a special one-off helmet. So into qualifying we come now where last season we put it on pole in some very tricky wet conditions. This time round though our first run puts us P12. Our second run we've only found 10th and we're all over the road going through the final corner of the club and we've only gained a bit of time. We're going to be starting P9.
Britain is one of only two countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship. Long may it continue. It is a circuit of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone, it's the British Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the circuit. 18 corners, 3.6 miles. The DRS detection zones are at Village and Maggots, that's turn 3 and turn 11. Copse Corner, turn 9 is taken as near to flat out as you dare. It is a test of the driver's bravery out there. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Brown, Perez, Stroll, Sainz, Ocon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas, Joe, Sargeant, Hülkenberg, and Yuki Tsunoda. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
So here we go then, for the British Grand Prix, McLaren 1, 2, the 5 red lights are on. The lights and we're racing at Silverstone, off the line as there's a Ferrari up the inside. We're going to try to go around that that's Alonso and Albon side by side. We'll try and stick our nose around the outside. We have a big tank slapper. We're going to cut to the inside and go down the outside. Albon sandwich in the middle. Alonso on the inside. There's contact between them. There's 3 of us. We're now trying to keep it pinned. We're round the outside. Eventually, we've got the double overtake done on our teammate and Fernando Alonso. I think Alonso just 2 places there. With game 2, it's a great start. Bit out of Baku coming out of the loop and Village. As now we have a big coming out to Luffield, and that's going to allow Albon to have a little look. Is he going to go for it? Through Cops is a little bit too far back, but we've ran wide going through Cops, and now that may give Albon another chance, but he stays behind for now. He's going to try and set us up, going down the hangar straight as we go through Chapel. So into now then. We haven't got the best of exits coming out of Luffield, and that's going to leave us vulnerable to our teammate. Is he going to keep it pinned down? Simon Cox, he's absolutely done us there. There was nearly a bit of wheel banging. Alonso tries to look to the outside. We're sideways going through. Beckett's there. And now can we get Albon back? It doesn't really seem a smart move to try and get him back. He clearly has much more pace than us in the early stages of the race. Alonso is on the inside. Try and keep it pinned around the outside. Oh, Stowe on Alonso. We're going to put the track a little bit there, but we're going to go for the lunge. Back down the inside, there's wheel banging of of the Aston Martin, and now it's a traction race. Who can get round club first? It is Fernando Alonso. As now Perez tries to go around the outside. He's getting a bit racy, but he's too far back to get us, as we're going to go back down the inside of Fernando Alonso at Village. We couldn't get the exit, we got well on the grass, we could run wide, and we basically went Sergio Perez through there, and now we only just kept the Alpine behind, and he's coming under pressure now from Carlos Sainz down the inside. Can Sainz get the job done in his Mercedes? He's now going to try and keep it pinned around the outside of left field. He can't get the exit though, but the second phase is going to get him ahead. That Mercedes much quicker in a straight line. Has he got the job done? Round the outside goes Carlos Sainz through Cops. They're still side by side, but eventually Gasly has to give it up as Lance Stroll's engine has gone bang now on the hangar straight. Sergio Perez now is on the back of Fernando Alonso. He's going to go to the outside down the hangar straight, and it's job done for Sergio Perez. An easy move. That Red Bull is so much quicker than the Aston Martin. Really, that's into the wheel is locked up and gifted the position back to Fernando Alonso. And now he's offline, and he's given us a little chance to get past the Red Bull again, but we were too far back. And now we're looking in our mirrors at Carlos Sainz. We're right on the back of Perez. We're just about staying in touch with Alonso and Perez with the DRS. It's dragging us along as Carlos Sainz is going to go to the inside at Cops. We keep it pinned round the outside. Is it job done for Sainz? No, it's not. We keep him behind for now. And he's going to be trying to set us up for a move down the home straight. Perez wants that place back from Fernando Alonso as he goes to the inside. Does Sergio Perez. Carlos Sainz was too far back to have a go on us. Is it second time lucky for Sergio Perez? Can he get round the outside at Bale? No, he can't. He has to back out, live to fight another day. That Red Bull is clearly so much quicker than that Aston Martin in the early stages of this race. But them battling is just giving us the DRS, which is helping us stay ahead of Carlos Sainz. As Sainz are going to go to the outside of us, we cover him off. And now Perez is trying the outside line through Stowe to get the Aston Martin. It looks like it may be job done this time, unless Alonso keeps it pinned round the outside. But this time it is job done for Sergio Perez, and now really he should get away from here. This is Lewis Hamilton on for P4, but he's spun at Brooklands. He's dropped it and gone sideways, and now he's over the grass as he tries to find the racetrack again. He's dropped all the way down, he's fallen behind us, and now he's come back on. Oh, nearly very close with the Sauber there. Lewis Hamilton's British Grand Prix has gone from P4 to P13 to P14. Lewis Hamilton has been struggling in that Ferrari this season as he just seemed to spin in slow motion. But it's a bad day for Lewis Hamilton, and now he's got a recovery drive as Fernando Alonso wants his position back from Sergio Perez as we go back to the live action as we fend off Carlos Sainz. Alonso still very much down the inside of Sergio Perez, and he gets the job done and re-overtakes the Red Bull. That Red Bull should be down the road, but Perez clearly hasn't got the pace today, and that is making this race very interesting. Currently lap 8 of the Grand Prix. To the inside though, Perez tries to get him back at the inside. Can he get the job done? It's a traction race now into the corner. We're closer this time. We're going to go for a lunge down inside of Perez. Now try and get him back round the outside of Club Corner. Who can get the exit? Who can get the traction? It's side by side. Perez is slightly ahead, but Perez, we have to back out and give him the place there. Going for Albon farm, but we're going to send it back down the inside at Village. We're side by side now. Try and keep it round the outside of the Red Bull. We can't quite get the exit, but we've put Perez offline a little bit. Done the cutback, found some traction, and now we're on the inside of the Red Bull. Down the inside. We will overtake Sergio Perez. It has allowed Fernando Alonso though to pull away from this little pack, this little DRS train that's starting to form as well. But we're past the Red Bull. But now Perez is going to go back down the inside, is he? Going into Cox. No, he's too far back still. I think we're keeping behind 4 now. But now through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel, Perez is ever closing as we go a little bit wide, going through Chapel, now down the hangar straight. The Red Bull is going to have us back, and he's going to absolutely blitz past us. But we're going to try and hang it down the inside. We keep Perez past, and that's allowed Carlos Sainz now to get alongside of the Red Bull. Can he get round the outside, Carlos Sainz? Yes, he can. It's job done by Sainz. Perez keeps him behind, as now Perez on the outside of us into Stowe. He's got the job done. Sainz sees a chance to get round the outside, but fend off Sainz. But Perez is past us now, and Perez is starting to get up the road a little bit. We're still just in his DRS to go back down the inside. It's a slight lock-up by Sergio Perez as we come under pressure from Carlos Sainz, but it doesn't matter because on lap 12 we are into the pits to make our one and only stop of the day, and behind us Lewis Hamilton is racing Esteban Ocon into the pits. They were side by side as they crossed the pit entry line because we really slowed down to avoid speeding in this very long pit lane. As we time it to perfection there, off go the soft, on go the mediums to get us to the end of this race. 13 laps to go. We're ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who's got in front of Esteban Ocon in the Alpine.
Okay,
and now licked up the wheels and then he stuffed it straight into the barrier coming out of the pits. But now can we undercut Sainz and Perez, or at least one of them, in this race, as we run a little bit wide as we're looking to get the tyres up to temperature. And now 1 lap later, this is Perez, Sainz into the pits. Carlos Sainz now getting on. It's slow on the front right, and he's lost out to Perez, and that may be critical in terms of the race because as he goes down the pit lane, where are we? Perez is just up the road as cars now go through. Gasly's gone through. Gasly was just behind us, but where are we? As Sainz comes out of the pits, we're going through turn 1. It's going to be side by side into Village. Who can stay ahead? We're on the outside. We're going to keep it pinned around the outside. Carlos Sainz would have been in front of us if it wasn't for that poor stop. Perez is up the road. Perez is gone. Carlos Sainz though is now left trying to find a way past us. He couldn't do it in the first stint. Can he do it in the second stint? This time he's on the inside of us. We're going to have to try and keep it pinned down the inside into Stowe, but we're too far back, and Lewis Hamilton in his Ferrari has pushed us off the track and got down the inside of us. We're going to hold the inside line. Carlos Sainz is through and gone, and now we keep Lewis Hamilton behind, and we've dropped from a battle for P6, P7 to now we're not even in the points. This is for P11. Carlos Sainz is starting to pull away, and now we're at the front of the pack, keeping Lewis Hamilton and the Alpine of Esteban Ocon behind. Lewis Hamilton though, he's trying to recover from the spin. He's down the inside of us. He's got the job done. Now round the outside, Lewis Hamilton tries to keep it pinned. through left field, and he gets the job done on it. Lewis Hamilton takes P11, but we've used the slipstream to go down the inside. It's gone wrong with Lewis Hamilton in the pass through Copse. This time it's clean, and it's nearly contact wheel to side pod there. As we're side by side, we're nearly contact again. We've had a big tank slapper. There was nearly big contact there through Magnussen and Beckett's, but we're down the home straight now. Esteban Ocon's got the popcorn as we're going to the outside of Lewis Hamilton. He's now going to try and keep it pinned down the inside of Sky. He just leaves us enough room on the outside. We're going to have the inside line now, and he has to give up eventually, Lewis Hamilton, and we keep that P11 for now. What a lap of racing that is, hard and fair. If we went a little bit wide, Lewis Hamilton thinks about the inside of Abbey. Lap 16 now, we've gone a little bit wide, coming out of left field, we haven't got the best of exits, and Lewis Hamilton, we got him into Copse. He's thinking about getting us back through Copse. We're side by side. Has he got the job done? We just keep him behind through Maggots and Beckett's. You can see the battles continue on between Perez and Alonso as Lewis Hamilton comes back at us into Stowe. He's got the job done on us. Lap 17, this battle is still continuing. This is such a good battle. The British crowd must be loving this, but also with gritted teeth, because they don't want to see two British drivers take each other out of the British Grand Prix. We re-overtake Lewis Hamilton there for P11. Hamilton and I coming back at us on lap 18 into Brooklyn. We try and get the pinned around the outside. Now it's just like a couple of laps ago. Hamilton on the outside of left field, we're on the inside, and it's copy and paste of what happened a couple of laps ago. Hamilton gets us round the outside of left field, and this time though we're too far back to have a go into Copse. And now as we try and find any sort of exit, try and get back up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, we were starting to drop back a little bit at this phase of the Grand Prix. We were just staying in touch with the DRS. That was critical for us, because otherwise I think we would have gone in terms of this battle. It's been a great battle. We're getting closer and closer and closer on lap 19, but we're too far back to get the job done on Lewis Hamilton. We were just too far out. We were just on the verge of staying inside the DRS, and that wasn't really helpful. But on lap 20 we're a bit closer now. We tried to swap in the dummy and go round the outside of Brooklands, but that wasn't probably the smartest move because there was so much room on the inside. Now out of left field through Woodcut. Are we close enough to have another go through Copse? No, we're not. We're going to have to live to fight another day. It's now lap 23. The laps are ticking down if we want to finish P11 in this race. We have dropped Ocon. He has disappeared as we've seen a gap to go down the inside at the Vale chicane. Hamilton fends us off round the down the inside of Copse corner. And now lap 24, we're closer again. Back down the inside we go with Lewis Hamilton into Brooklands. It's job done after laps of grinding out the gap to get back to where we were in the early stages of this stint. We're back in front of the Ferrari, but Lewis Hamilton isn't done yet. He's going to go back down the inside of us through Copse. We try and keep it pinned round the outside. Lewis though has us back, and the battle continues on. We still have that Ferrari in front of us, but this is it then. It all comes down to this. Lap 26 of 26, the final lap of this Grand Prix. Who is going to finish P11? Who is going to be the British driver who comes out on top in this battle? Is it going to be Lewis Hamilton, or can we keep Lewis Hamilton behind us and get past on this lap? Make sure he stays behind us. We're too far back though going into Brooklands. We now try and get the exit to maybe have a go into Copse, We've really battled round this stage of the track. The crowd have really got their money's worth today, I think. What a battle we've had with Lewis Hamilton as we go towards Maggots and Beckett's. But up front, Lando Norris is on for his first British Grand Prix win, but his title rival Max Verstappen goes to the outside. The British crowd's hearts are broken as Lando Norris bottles the lead of the British Grand Prix in the final couple of corners. Max has lost the race in the final couple of corners. This time it goes to Lando Norris as Max Verstappen wins the British Grand Prix from Lando Norris from Charles Leclerc. And now we return to the battle between us and Lewis Hamilton. Can we get the job done? We're just going to lunge it down the inside of Vale. There's contact with Lewis Hamilton, but we've got the job done. We beat Lewis Hamilton in the final couple of corners. What a race.
Heading to the top step once again, Max Verstappen takes the win.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
An absolute classic British Grand Prix. The race decided in the final couple of corners. Lando Norris on for his first home Grand Prix win and is denied by Max Verstappen. He just breezed past him like he wasn't even there down that hanger straight and into Stowe. And then Charles Leclerc comes home for P3, Oscar Piastri P4, P5 is George Russell, and our teammate Alex Albon is P6. Good day for Albon today. The battle though between us and Lewis Hamilton, the entire second stint, we tried and tried. Hamilton kept us behind, but in the end we came out on top with that lunge in the final couple of corners into Vale. Bit of contact, bit of argy-bargy, bit like 2011 with Hamilton and Felipe Massa. Lance Stroll was your only retirement and Nico Hülkenberg was the final one that was classified today. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, and this is starting to turn into a bit of a championship battle between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. The gap, just a race win, 26 points. Lando's dropped 7 points in the final sector of the Grand Prix. He'll be thinking that should be 19 points. Charles Leclerc P3, we are P8 in the drivers, very much being held up by our podium in the very first round back in Jeddah. And then our teammate Alex Albon P11, just behind Lewis Hamilton, which kind of sums up his Ferrari season so far. Charles Leclerc seems to be able to get that car to places where Lewis Hamilton can't at the minute. Down at the back though, Nico Hülkenberg is bottom of the pile, and there's still quite a few drivers who are still yet to score this season. In terms of the constructors then, and the constructors is heating up just like the drivers. 5 points in it between Red Bull and McLaren. That's going to go on all season long. That's going to be interesting to see. Ferrari are P3, Mercedes are P4. We are P5, just in front of Aston Martin by 8 points, and that's what I'm going to set as the target for this season, to beat Aston Martin. Sauber and HAAS are still yet to score, but that's been your British Grand Prix then. An absolute Silverstone classic. Very different race to last season when we started on pole and we retired after going from front to back in just 8 laps. Next, we go to Belgium, to Spa, for another classic track for our final round before the summer break. I'll see you in Spa. Goodbye.